In their first edition, the Book of Lists reported a survey that asked 3,000 Americans what they feared the most. The results were quite surprising. At number 7, death. Number 6, sickness. Number 5, deep water. Number 4, financial problems. Number 3, insects. Number 2, heights. And the number one fear expressed by Americans was fear of speaking before a group. Hi, my name's Josh. Today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about dealing with fear and nervousness in public speaking. I'd like to tell you a little bit about why people are fearful of public speaking, and then give you a couple tips and tricks that will help you overcome your fears in your next public speaking adventure. So to begin with, let's talk about why people fear public speaking. There are obviously several reasons for being nervous in a public situation, but I'd like to list 4 of the big ones. The first is the fear of the unknown. The second is a fear of failure. The third is a fear of rejection. And finally, probably the biggest, is the fear of being stared at. With that in mind, let's talk about a couple of the things that you can do before and during your speech to deal with your nerves and fear in speaking. There are a few different things that can be done before the speech in order to help you relax. The first of these is to utilize deep breathing techniques. This simply involves inhaling deeply through the mouth, holding briefly, and then exhaling slowly through the nose. The second technique is tension relieving. This simply involves clenching the muscles of a particular area of the body, holding briefly, and then slowly relaxing them, imagining all your tension going with it. Next is a brisk walk. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Finally, before giving a speech, it's important to utilize positive imagery. This simply involves imagining yourself giving the speech in a successful manner and getting a favorable reaction from your audience. Next, let's talk about things that you can do during the speech to help keep you calm. The first is to utilize visual aids. These will not only enhance your presentation, but they will also draw eyes away from you momentarily, giving you a chance to relax. Next, it's important to utilize natural gestures. Instead of fidgeting with your hands and feet, just let your hands flow as though you were talking to a friend in a heated conversation. Finally, don't be afraid to move around. Don't feel like you have to be anchored to the podium. Instead, walk around in a manner that is not distracting. Finally, when giving a speech, there are 3 important things to remember. The first of these is that you should never call attention to your nervousness. This means not starting out a speech with anything that sounds like, "Please bear with me, I'm really nervous today." All this does is call attention to it when chances are, without mentioning it, the audience wouldn't even notice your nerves. The second thing to remember is that preparation is key. This means being well researched in your speech topic and taking extra time to practice before delivering the speech. Finally, remember that it always looks worse from the inside. You're obviously much harder on yourself than anybody in your audience, so just relax, try to have fun, and good luck on your next speech.